Hi Simmers, welcome back to my channel. This is Kendra Plays The Sims, and for today's video I'm just going to be going over this mod, and it's called UI Cheats. So this just allows us to not have to type everything into the bar in order to get our needs met or to increase our skill or to give us money. Now we can just click our way through everything. That way we have ease of access. It just makes things so much easier. I love it. But before we get started with testing this out, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. That way you always see my future content. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you can do with this mod is you can adjust your needs. So essentially what you can do is you can just simply left click on this and you can have your hunger go up, or you can do it with any of these needs, or you can right click and you can set your motive. So right now my Sim's not really that hungry, so I can type in -70 and click on set it. So now she's visibly hungry again, or I can right click it and set it to 100. So now you can actually use values in order to make your Sim happy, sad, or you can also do it with your bladder or with your energy. So it's really up to you of what you want to do with your Sim and their needs. So that's the first thing you can do with this mod. Now we're into the Simology panel. So this just allows us to mess around with our Sims, days into the age up, their traits, celebrity level, all of that good stuff. So now, for example, we have 28 days until Ellie ages up. So I can actually adjust that by right clicking, and this little box will come up and you can add your age progress. So for my Sim, if I want to age her up a little bit quicker, I can type in, let's just say 25. And we're going to just click add to current age process. And as you can see, she has 3 days now until she ages up. And we can take it down as well. So if you really don't want your Sim to age up yet, you're still playing with them, you can type in -25 and add to current age process. So it's really just up to you on how you want to adjust it. But now you can actually type in the number that you want to see, and that will adjust the age up for you. The next thing we can do in the Simology panel is click on our traits. So we can adjust those now and give our Sim new traits, take away old ones, which I absolutely love because sometimes I don't like certain traits and I want to change them without going into create a Sim and doing all of the things. So actually we can right click traits and it's going to pull up all the traits that we have in the game. So now we have all the traits available, and we can add them. And I think some of them are mods, so like death by freezing, stuff like that. But we have things like, I don't know, some really good traits like fear of cow plants, fear of being judged, fear of dead end job, things like that, fear of death. So we can add certain traits. And for me, I'm just gonna click on one of the basic ones like adventurous. So now we have 5 inside instead of the 4 that we originally had. And we can also remove them too. So if I don't want them to be lactose intolerant anymore, for example, I would right click and I can just click remove. And now that is out of our traits. So that's like super cool to be able to play with without having to type in mods or do anything extra to be able to do this. So the next thing that we can do in the Simology panel is update our milestones. So we can right click our milestones and we can add in any milestone that we want for our Sim to be able to add that to their achievements essentially. So we have all these milestones, and I think of course some of them come from the mod, but for example we can say like first woohoo. Let's click that. And now if we go into our view woohoos, we see that milestone here. So we can add them how we want to. So just based on what you want your Sim to have, you can add it in and you can also take it out as well. So the next thing in the Simology panel that we can do with this mod is we can right click lifestyle and we can adopt a new lifestyle for our Sim, which I think is really awesome because, you know, sometimes it takes a while to get our Sim where we want them to go and we don't always want to have to work so hard to get them there. But for me, I'm just gonna click like junk food fiend, and I'm gonna add that to this lifestyle. And as you can see, it popped up in the top and it just says that Ellie has unlocked the junk food fiend lifestyle. So now we can really adjust and play around with that lifestyle and to really make it more compatible with our Sim, which I absolutely love. And the last thing that we can do under the Simology panel is adjust our public image. So we can actually adjust our reputation and our celebrity level. So for reputation, it's the same thing typically as to right click, but we can right click our reputation and we can give our sim an atrocious reputation or pristine. And for the sake of this one, because I like my sims being good, I'm going to go for pristine. And as you can see it actually loading up, and now she has a pristine reputation, which is pretty good. Awesome. And as you can see now, it says that Ellie has a pristine reputation, and it gives you the rundown of what that looks like for your sim. So that's pretty awesome. And then if we want to adjust her celebrity level as well, so we want to make her like a 5-star celebrity without doing all the hard work, we can just right click it and we can make her a global superstar. So we could just do that just based off of clicking. But I'm just going to make her a proper celebrity. That way you can see it. So now that we've achieved that, you can see that it's popping up on the screen. It says 3-star celebrity, 4-star celebrity. As you can tell, the game is adjusting to it. And now she's up to proper celebrity. So it automatically fulfilled that, and I really didn't have to do anything. And we can also give more fame perk points. So, you know, just in case like you want to see what everything looks like in the game in terms of perks, you can type in perk points and you can set the buck amount essentially. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is aspirations and skills. So basically for our sim, she wants to be a best-selling author. But in order to do that, she has to complete certain things in order to get there. But I don't feel like doing them, honestly. So with this mod, you're just able to just right click and just fulfill the milestone. So you don't have to do anything in order to get there in terms of typing in cheats. You can just right click it and it's just done. And going off of that, for the reward store, you can click on that and you can unlock some of these things. So for example, if you just want to unlock confidence, you can just unlock it here and utilize it in the game. So that's really good to have. In terms of skills, you can also adjust your skills here. And I know you don't want to see my sim taking a shower, but you can also adjust your skills as well. So you can click on charisma, right click it, and you can set to max level 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 10. So you can max out any of the skills. So for my sim, just to demonstrate this, I can actually click on level 10. And now it says that Ellie has maxed her skill. So now she can upload viral videos and can call boss to negotiate promotion. So now she has a smooth talker as well. And of course people are calling because she's a celebrity. But those are the things that you can do with this mod for aspirations and skills. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about for this mod is how you can control the weather and all of the game controls here. So you can really play with the time, the weather, and what season you're in. So if you just right click on the actual, like it says spring, but if you right click that, you can advance the season. So you can make it summer, fall, or winter. So for me, I'm just going to change it from spring to summer. And as you can see, it actually did change up like how it looked outside and everything. And it says at the bottom that we're now in summertime. And as you can see, it adjusted that. And it says summer day 1 of 7. So you can play around with that as much as you want to. If you don't like winter and you want to advance to spring, like me, you can do that there. And you can also play with the weather too. So if you right click just like the cloud or something, you can change the current weather. So you can change it from sunny to partly cloudy to cloudy, windy, hot winds. And for me, I'm just going to put heat wave. And as you can see, it adjusted in the game. So now it's super hot outside. And that's just the weather that we have for today. And the last thing that we can do is adjust the time too. So you can only go forward in terms of your desired value. So right now it's 7:29 p.m. But let's say that we want it to be 12 a.m. or something like that. It goes based on military time. So you kind of have to know how to utilize that. So you can actually jump forward in time. And of course, like with this mod, you can't go backwards. I wish you could. But for me, I'm just going to type in 22, or I'm going to type in 23 and see what that gives me. And set it. And so now it's Sunday at 11. So it was just like light outside and now it's not. So with this mod, you can really toggle around with playing with your weather and the time. So I really love that about this mod. So with this mod, you can also adjust relationships as well. And you don't have to go and type in anything or click on any sim or anything like that. You can do that straight up from your relationship panel. So for me, even though I'm a celebrity, I don't have that many friends, but I would like to be really close to Nancy. It's always been my dream in this game, but I can right click and it's going to bring up this box and it says relationship value. So in terms of our friendship, you can set from -100 to 100. And for romance, I don't think this mod has been updated for that. I don't really know. You can test it out on your own to see. But for me, I'm just going to type in 75 and I'm going to run cheat. So now we're really close with Nancy. We actually just became good friends with her too. And if we didn't want her to be our friend anymore, we just right click and delete this relationship and click OK. And now she's completely gone from our relationship. So if we just want really close friends really quick and then we don't want them anymore, we can adjust them within that panel. So that's a really good thing about this mod. You're able to add friends and build on friendships as well if you don't feel like, taking the time to get to know them and all that good stuff. This is really awesome for that. So now I just want to focus on the left side of the screen. So now we're just going to talk about simoleons, and we're going to talk about the ones and the moodlets. So with this mod, we can actually quickly add in 1,000 simoleons to our household by just left clicking. It's just adding in some simoleons. Or we can really adjust it by right clicking on top of our money and typing in the amount of simoleons we want. So let's just say, for example, we want our sim to have 25,000 more simoleons, and we can just add it. And that adds to our household. Or we can make them completely broke and take away all the money and type in negative. Let's just say 850,978. That's what I have right now. And I'm just going to click add it. And so now she's left with 1,000 simoleons. That's how much money we took away from her. So you can play around with the money as much as you want to here. So you can really adjust it how you see fit. And in terms of moodlets, we can actually get rid of them. So sometimes like my sims stay mad for way too long for me. And you can just actually right click it and make it disappear. So you could just make them simply go away. And you can do the same things with your wants as well. So you can just right click them and you can either tell it to complete it or re-roll it. And so re-roll basically means like to give you a new one. So for me, I'm just going to click complete. And of course, this gives us some, rewards, of course, reward points. So we can really play around with so much in terms of this mod. So now we just went over simoleons, moodlets, and wants. So those are the things that we have available for those three things. So now that I've went over some of the most common things within the UI Cheats extension, basically I just want to show you all how to install it within your own game. So as you can see, I'm here on Patreon, and basically you just type that UI Cheats in on Google, and typically it's the first Patreon link that pops up. So you can also see too how often this mod was updated, which is really good, especially if you kind of care about your game and you don't want it to crash. But it also has a description of all the things that's included within this mod. So I just went over some of the things that's involved. But of course, like you can see, it has a social groups panel, own businesses. You can also go through events and holidays and right click through those to complete them. And look at all of this stuff. So you have clubs, purchase panels for celebrities, sim stat panel, household collection. So there's so much this mod has to offer that I did not go through. And then it also talks about the conflicts and the installation process as well. So now we're here at the bottom, and as you can see, we have this zip file. So we can just click on that zip file, and for me, my mods automatically download into my mods folder. But I'm also going to show you all how you can unzip that and put that into your actual folder itself. Okay, and we are inside of my mods folder. As you can see, this UI_cheats_ extension is now in my folder, but we have to unzip it in order to be able to use it. So There's a couple of ways you can do it, and I typically do it the easy way. So I typically just go into the folder itself and I just copy these 2 files that it has inside of it, and I just move it to my mods folder. And then like I'll go back out and I'll delete the zip version, or you can extract it itself. So you can right click it and click extract all, and you can find the folder that you want to put it inside of. So then you can put it straight into your mods folder itself. So those are just the 2 ways that you can put it there. It's super simple, super easy. You're just moving those 2 files from the zip file to an unzip file or straight into your mods folder. And if you've made it to the end of this video, I would just like to say thank you so much for sticking around, and I really hope that you enjoyed watching me demonstrate this mod and how to put the mods into your folder. So if you've liked it, just go ahead and like and subscribe, and leave me something down below in terms of what other mods are out there that I can test out in the game. And I'll see you in some of my future content. Bye.